Donald Trump was just humiliated on live TV after a reporter confronted him over a bombshell New York Times report revealing his most corrupt scheme yet. The report details Trump's newest shocking attempt to literally steal taxpayer money, and when a reporter pressed him on it, Trump completely fell apart. So stick around to hear the full exchange and how this might be his most horrifying moment yet, and as always, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. So Donald Trump is quite literally planning on lining his own pockets with taxpayer money, but before I can even get to this breaking story, I have to address some of the saddest news of the week. Donald Trump's plans for a brand new multi-million-dollar golden ballroom have finally come true, going from sloppy AI-generated artwork to actual demolition on Monday of this week. Now, Trump has constantly said leading up to this that he absolutely loves the White House and doesn't want to actually change it, just add to it.
It won't interfere with the current building. It'll be near it, but not touching it, and pays total respect to the existing building, which I'm the biggest fan of. It's my favorite place. I love it.
But with that being said, no one really believes Trump's word. And sure enough, this week we are watching Trump literally tear down the East Wing of the White House. He is literally trying to reshape the seat of the president as if he owns the place, just like a king would. And speaking of kings, we are now 3 days out and at least one new Trump scandal into this week, and Republicans are still freaking out about the No Kings protests from Saturday. Instead of focusing on Donald Trump figuratively and literally demolishing our democratic institutions, elected Republicans have spent days calling people who don't support the president criminals and communists.
Do you really believe that the approximately 7 million attendees who participated this weekend, according to the organizers, hate the United States of America?
Well, look at what they're standing for. They're standing for communism. They're standing for anti-Semitism. Just take a look at the rallies, right? This is the party of law. The Republicans are the party of law and order. We don't believe in anti-Semitism. Take a look at the speakers that they have at the rally. Take a look at what they're fighting for. They're fighting to defund police, defund ICE. They're fighting not for law and order, but they're fighting for the criminals.
Whether it is the government shutdown, bombing boats in Venezuela, or millions of people willing to march against the president's harmful policies, Republicans will deflect and defend Donald Trump to the very end. And just like they're spending days yelling about the No Kings protests, I'm sure they will spin this breaking news story into some kind of sham attack against the left. You see, just today, the New York Times released a bombshell new report exposing a whole new side of Donald Trump's takeover of the Department of Justice. And their no-nonsense title is enough to throw up insane corruption red flags. Trump said to demand Justice Department pay him $230 million for past cases. Just as that implies, the New York Times just discovered that Donald Trump has been filing wrongful prosecution complaints for the past few years to get paid by the government for his legal battles. Remember when the FBI raided his Mar-a-Lago and found stolen documents? Well, despite having a warrant, Trump says that investigation was illegal and that he deserves to get paid for having to live through it.
Hi there, everyone. It's 4 o'clock in New York. We come on the air with breaking news of a potential $230 million shakedown of the American taxpayer by one Donald J. Trump. Brand new reporting in the New York Times reveals that Donald Trump is demanding $230 million from the taxpayers as compensation for investigations into him by the Department of Justice. People familiar with the matter tell the Times this, quote, Trump submitted complaints through an administrative claim process that often is the precursor to lawsuits. The first claim, lodged in late 2023, seeks damages for a number of purported violations of his rights, including the FBI and special counsel investigation into Russian election tampering and possible connections to the 2016 Trump campaign. The second complaint, filed in the summer of 2024, accuses the FBI of violating Trump's privacy by searching Mar-a-Lago, that's his club and residence in Florida, in 2022 for classified documents. The mountain of ethical red flags surrounding Donald Trump now demanding $230 million from the government he leads, with his own attorney general set to sign off on any settlement with him, are so obvious even Trump appears to be capable of grasping it. Here's what he said on this last week.
I have a lawsuit that was doing very well, and when I became president, I said, I'm sort of suing myself. I don't know, how do you settle the lawsuit? I'll say, give me X dollars, right?
Yeah, so now we know X. is 230 million buckaroos from us, the taxpayers.
Out of all of the things Donald Trump has done to our justice system, this has got to be one of the most disgraceful. These sorts of compensation claims are designed for people who weren't properly protected by the system, such as someone who finds out that evidence in their case was hidden, or an opposing side in a legal battle violated a law during the case. But Donald Trump is saying that he thinks the Biden administration was just out to get him, so now he deserves an apology payment. And if that wasn't bad enough, the New York Times and NBC also point out that the highest employees at the Department of Justice have all been replaced by people who have either worked for or alongside Trump's personal legal team. The people who would decide whether or not Trump gets the $230 million are his own former employees and loyalists.
New York Times goes on to report it will be paid by taxpayers if his former defense lawyers turned top-tier leaders of the Justice Department sign off on it. If the settlement's approved, we'll be paying Trump for 2 investigations that remain on solid factual ground, even according to people still in good standing in the MAGAverse.
Now, the New York Times report wasn't able to give a deadline for these settlements being paid, but I have no doubt that if Donald Trump has a way to scam the American people, then he definitely will be taking it. And the way that he responded when he was confronted by this reporter all but confirms he definitely plans on giving himself the money. Because during a press conference today, this reporter confronted him over this new story, and instead of responding to it, Trump seriously pretends to not know what she is talking about, before then saying that if he does get any money, he'll probably just give it to charity or something. And if you believe that, then boy do I have a bridge to sell you.
Are you asking the Justice Department to look into the federal investigations into you and look for compensation, and how much are you asking for?
Who's asking for what?
Are you asking the Justice Department to pay you compensation for
compensation?
Your federal investigations into you? Are you asking them to pay compensation, and how much?
Into me? I don't get any compensation. I do it for nothing. I gave up my salary. Into me?
No, it's going to be the Justice Department. Are you asking them to pay you compensation for the federal investigations that happened to you? And how much are you asking
well,
for?
I guess they probably owe me a lot of money for that. Probably, yeah, that's true. That's very interesting. No, I get no salary. I gave up my salary. It's a good salary. Not as much as these guys make, but that's okay. It's a lot of money. And I don't, as you know, I didn't take it in the first 4 years. I'm not taking it in these 4 years either. But as far as all of the litigation and everything that's been involved, yeah, they probably owe me a lot of money. But if I get money from our country, I'll do something nice with it, like give it to charity or give it to the White House where we restore the White House. And we're doing a great job in the White House. As you know, the ballroom is under construction. It's going to be, they've been trying to get it for 150 years. And it's really, I think it's going to be fantastic. But we'll see what happens.
Donald Trump has spent 3 years laying the groundwork to have the government give him a giant apology check for $230 million. And now that he's stocked the Justice Department with nothing but MAGA loyalists, I guarantee that he'll be taking the money from American taxpayers as a massive Christmas gift to himself. Donald Trump is literally robbing the American people blind while tearing down the White House to build a monument to himself. And yet MAGA gets mad when we yell "No Kings." Let me know what you think about today's bombshell down in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more.